We're here tonight on the How's everybody doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? We're here to do, let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. We have some NFL news here, some NBA news. You already know here tonight. Let's see here. Let's get this puppy going here on a Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's pull up the NFL shit here. Let's see here. So they're saying for the first time in draft history. Oh no, never mind. This is a baseball pendejo face for me. So freaking the Packers. AJ Dillon was at a freaking the AAA today, and he did like a tackle with the fucking mascot of the minor league team, and he fucking knocked his fucking mask off. It was embarrassing, man. Go watch the video. I think Kenosha Kingfest is the minor league team. Yeah, go watch it on their Twitter, man. It was hilarious, man. AJ Dillon ready for the 2022 NFL season. And that's about it, really. Pendejo face for me with NFL news. Not really much. Like the article about Justin Jefferson, saying that Davante Adams is the best wide receiver, but once the season is over, Justin Jefferson will be the best wide receiver. But yeah, not a lot of news, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go over to MLB. So the fucking the draft was tonight for the draft was tonight for MLB, man, and freaking for the first time ever, man, I guess two kids were drafted. Andrew Jones's kid and Matt Holliday's kid were drafted, man, for the first time ever. In Major League Baseball, man. Jackson Holliday, Matt Holliday's kid, and Drew Jones, Andrew Jones's kid. That's pretty damn crazy, ladies and gentlemen, man. Pretty damn crazy. Also, a kid who went to my alma mater back when I was part of the nerd community, M equals MC square, also got drafted. Congratulations to him, man. I think that's the first kid from my high school to has the chance to become a professional sports star. We'll see how it goes. He's only 18 years old, and he has committed to play at the University of Vanderbilt. So we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. And there's reports, man, that the Yankees and Mets, maybe the Padres as well, could start getting here as close as these next few days in contact with the Nationals about a trade for Juan Soto. That is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. So already Washington looking to possibly trade Juan Soto after he rejected their big offer, 15 years, $430 million. We'll see what happens. Teams saying it's complicated, man. They don't see it happening. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. John Heyman said it's like the Kevin Durant situation in the NBA. It's very complicated. Don't see it happening, but we'll see what the hell happens. So they're talking about possibly Curtin Kershaw starting the Nationals for the All-Star game. We'll see about that. Let's see here, more news. Yankees keep getting trade offers, but they want Anthony Volpe, their shortstop, and they're not willing to give him up. Their shortstop right now, I believe, is Marvin Gonzalez and Falefa. So I think they really want Anthony Volpe to the future, but that they were gonna have to trade him to especially if they want Juan Soto from the Nationals. Francisco Alvarez, who's one of the best minor leagues prospects in the Mets, they said they could bring him up as soon as the All-Star break is finished, and he could be their DH because the Mets have had problems on DHs this year so far, so we'll see about that. But that's about it, man. But yeah, man, the draft, man, Andrew Jones and Matt Holliday's kids getting drafted. And then, like I said, the Yankees, Mets, and Padres are already in negotiations with Nationals of potentially a trade that would land Juan Soto. We'll see if it happens or not, man. NBA, we got some signings tonight, internationally signings, man. The Denver Nuggets are signing Australian forward Jack White to a two-way contract, so just tell ESPN. He had a strong summer league, so congratulations to, he went undrafted in the draft, but he got signed by the Denver Nuggets. Australian forward Jake White. The Utah Jazz agreed on a 2-year deal, $6 million deal with Italian forward Fantanicho Samino. Congratulations to Samino Fantacino, l'Italiano. How you doing? El pepperoni. How you doing? How the family? As he signs with the Utah Jazz, man, for $6 million. And that's about it with the basketball, man. Not much going on with basketball, man. Ladies and gentlemen. So as we get ready here for the All-Star break, man, you know, let's look at the last scoreboard here on a Sunday. The White Sox beat the Twins 11-0. White Sox playing good baseball. Are only 3 games back of the Twins. Blue Jays beat the Royals 4-2. Nationals beat the Braves 7-3. Yankees beat the Red Sox 13-2. Fucking Chris Sale broke his fucking finger in that game. He just got back from an injury. Now he's hurt again. Poor Chris Sale. Rays beat the Orioles 7-5. Phillies beat the Marlins 4-0. Athletics beat the Astros 4-3. Cubs beat the Mets 3-2. Mariners beat the Rangers 6-2. Mariners go into the All-Star break on a 14-game winning streak. Wow. Pirates beat the Rockies 8-3. Giants beat the Brewers 9-5. Diamondbacks beat the Padres 3-1. And both the Guardians and the Tigers and the Cardinals and the Reds were postponed tonight due to rain. But let's just take a look at the standings here, ladies and gentlemen. The Yankees go into the All-Star break leading the AL East by 13 games. The Twins go into the All-Star break leading the AL Central by 2 games over the Cleveland Guardians and 3 over the White Sox. Both the White Sox and Guardians are coming for the Twins. The Astros go into the break leading the AL West by 9 games over Seattle. Seattle's hot. Seattle is red hot right now. We'll see what happens. In the NL East, the Mets go into the All-Star break leading the division by 2 games over the Atlanta Braves. And the Central, the Brewers go into the All-Star break by a half game leading the St. Louis Cardinals. And in the AL West, the Dodgers go into the All-Star break. They're running away with that division. So Yankees, Astros, and Dodgers run away with 10 games, man, for the Dodgers in the AL West. And the wild card, ladies and gentlemen, the Tampa Bay Rays, Seattle Mariners, and Toronto Blue Jays are currently your top 3 teams that would enter the wild card if the season ended today. In the National League, the Atlanta Braves, Philadelphia Phillies, and San Diego Padres are your top 3 teams that would enter the National League wild card if the season ended today. A bunch of teams still in it, man. St. Louis a game back, San Francisco a game back, and the AL, Boston 2 games back, Cleveland 2 games back, Baltimore 3 games back, White Sox 3 games back. So a lot of stuff can still happen, man. A lot of stuff can still happen. We'll see what the hell happens, man, as we enter the All-Star break and the Major League Baseball. We get the Home Run Derby on Monday and the All-Star game the next day. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to wrestling, and then we'll call it a night here tonight on a Sunday. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here. What do we got? We got some wrestling news. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. Big E said in an interview that Rich Holland gifted him some fucking red meat as a gift for accidentally breaking his neck back in March. I guess Big E says I don't even eat meat, so he gave it to a friend. But that's a kind of weird gift, man. How about give him something more like, I don't know, maybe like something more cool, just fucking meat? That's kind of weird, especially if the guy ended up turning out that he doesn't even fucking eat meat. Pendejo face for Rich Holland, man. Out of all the things you can give him, and I understand Rich Holland probably doesn't make a lot of money, but how about maybe try to give him something nice, maybe like a wash or maybe like a fucking t-shirt or something. I understand it's out of your price range maybe, but you did fucking almost kill the guy by breaking his neck by accident. You might want to go a little bit more and beyond than a fucking... And I think maybe he said, I want to get something expensive, and maybe that's what he went with the meat, because meat can be expensive. I don't know, kind of a weirdo right there. Especially that Biggie doesn't even fucking eat meat. But whatever. Dolph Ziggler, the reason they brought him into Raw to feud with Austin Theory is because they want Austin Theory to continue to improve in the ring, and they feel Dolph Ziggler can help them out. So they're starting to use Dolph Ziggler kind of like a, just help out the younger guys. Obviously, Ziggler's going to lose. They're probably going to have a match at SummerSlam, and Austin Theory's going to win probably. We'll see what happens. Naomi teases a possibly AEW arrival as she... what's his name? One of the luchas, I don't know who the fuck. Somebody from AEW said, "When can we start wrestling again?" And she's like, "As soon as possible, my friend." So a lot of people are saying that Naomi could be going to AEW pretty soon. Jordan Grace, who's the Impact Women's Champion, was talking shit about Chris Benoit, saying Chris Benoit wouldn't even be good in this era. He would have so many concussions and wouldn't be able to memorize his matches. It caught a lot of backlash because people are like, yeah, we understand Chris Benoit, you don't like him because he committed suicide and he killed his son and his wife, but you kind of went into the whole CTC shit, with the concussions, and so I guess she donated money to the CTE Foundation, that's the thing with concussions, and then she ended up going as far as to going on a live stream on Instagram with Chris Benoit's older son to clear the air and apologize about what she said. But whatever. Some guy from the INL, he was a college wrestler that WWE signed to potentially one day be like Gable Stevenson. But I guess he got in some type of trouble and WWE has dropped him. I don't even know what the fuck this guy's name was, but he was just like Gable Stevenson, a wrestler in college, and they thought he could potentially be a future WWE star. He's no longer with the company because they dropped him because he got in trouble with the law, I guess. Goldberg talked about in an interview how he and Bret Hart don't like each other, how when they were in WCW, he kicked them in the head, and they gave Bret Hart a concussion, and Bret Hart thinks he did it on purpose. And for the longest time, Goldberg tried to tell him it was an accident, but Bret Hart won't believe him. He also talked about how back in 2019, 2020, when he beat The Fiend for the WWE Championship at Saudi Arabia, he said going into the match, The Fiend was supposed to beat me, but then at the end, McMahon changed it to Goldberg. He said, I don't make the rules around here, I just do what I'm told, so that's why I went over there and beat the Fiend. But supposedly the plan for the longest time was for The Fiend, the Bray Wyatt, to be Goldberg. So who knows, man. Apparently, talent backstage, the wrestlers are afraid to talk about the McMahon situation because they're afraid they can get in trouble. So nobody really talks about the whole Vince McMahon scandal backstage. They're seeing more. Darby Allin did a backflip of a tricycle in a fucking fan meet, and he got a little bit cut in the face, but he should be alright. McMahon says they're saying that the Wall Street journalism could get more articles about McMahon. I guess they asked somebody who works there, and he said, "We don't know. We're still trying to gather information." But they asked him, is there more, could it get worse? And he's like, I don't think it could get worse. It could just be more of the same. But I think as far as the worst of this has coming out, unless somebody comes to us, like that referee from 1985 that says she got raped by McMahon, I don't see, with the information we have right now, nothing worse can come out. We might have some other stuff coming out, but unless a woman would come to us and say she was a victim too, we don't have enough information right now for it to be worse. So we'll see what happens. And then McMahon, Mike Chioda, former WWE referee, was on an interview, and he talked about how McMahon hates the referees being fat and having tattoos. And he said, I had a fucking tattoo on my arm. I remember Mike Chioda toward the end of his career wore long sleeve. I'm like, why is the referee wearing long sleeves? It's because he had a tattoo, and McMahon doesn't like his referees having tattoos, so he made him cover it up. And then he talked about that referees need to be skinny. He doesn't like fat referees, which is weird because then it wasn't like Tim White and like Earl Hebner. Weren't they kind of fat? Like, there's been some fat referees in WWE in the past. That made me scratch my head on even handroids. So I'm thinking maybe this is now more in the future because like back when I was a kid, I remember guys like Tim White and Earl Hebner being a little bit fat. But I can see because maybe they want them to be able to move around fast. Maybe, run in the ring, get out of the ring, So I can see why he wants him to be athletic. And the whole tattoo thing, I guess, I don't know, man. Imagine next Michael Cole shows up with a fucking tattoo in his face like Mike Tyson. But that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. That's about it. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I'm on like a light. I might do a live stream on during the week if there's no baseball. So stay tuned for that, like a StreamYard. We'll see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, holla.